situation is something that has been really valuable. And in fact, we're going to see what the coordination is like here as we listen in on the comms for these players of Wolf.
Getting to see the comms is something that's super interesting to see. And look at that, the Aurora Burst coming through. Wolves just cleaning up the lobby. We can just... The concentration of these teams and being able to do this is just so cool.
Yeah, overall, it's just been a matter of these teams finding good targets and then actually following through on selection while being aware of the surroundings. You can see how each player has a shared communication in order to fill those three different dimensions of the game. Here you see the call out in these tight scenarios. Viper ult being used as the CC, and here comes the follow through. Great stuff from Watch today in particular. Here we go, back into replays, trying to see what's happening from the player's perspective here. You see just how much there is to follow through on right now, as this is Water playing that Viper Ning, making a mark, diving on in, looking to clean it up.
This was SS1. They do end up going down, but look at this parry that we see. But the peel from the Tessa ultimate to prevent the damage here, and Zuon getting himself eliminated from the full sword of...
Keep an eye out for, there are going to be some replays from that game number 3, 5-2-1, actually one of those winning teams among composition, taking to one of these Rebel Yang fights where you just immediately pop, try to go for grabs, and from there cascade that into a win. As it currently stands, Campy Water just trading with one another, but SS1's Monk definitely getting focused out a lot harder right now than what we're seeing out of 5-2-1. Just the damage output that we see from this composition outside of the Tiana High is really what makes this work, and then you get the double grab, and that is just all value.
Oh, so much. They get the finisher as well. Ivan was able to pick up the elimination. Taking a look, ladies and gentlemen, these are going to be our game highlights brought to you by China Unicom. We're going to be seeing OUG early game as they were able to take out members of JL pretty quickly here, as we do see the big fight going off. This is how they were able to claim that golden or red Soul Jade, the Volpine Essence at Arcadia. OUG's SS doing a very good job appealing for his teammates, as JL's One Fang putting in super hard work to try and take out those other members of OUG. And the parry coming in, but it wasn't enough. As we see them take out SS1 on the third party and JL all in one fell swoop here, as this was a beautiful play that we got to see happen. OUG taking the crown there, and they had a really good game in the early and mid game. ASE, just with that Draco Storm, they were able to close out so much distance and put up so many more numbers than OUG was when it came to those final fights, those final eliminations, as Draco Storm just being such a powerful buff and taking out those OUG members one by one. CJS getting eliminated there as well from Team GG. And then SS putting up a decent fight at the end, was able to stay alive for a good long while against the members of ASE with that Viper ultimate, but then he goes down inevitably to the other members of ASE. And as we finish things off, we're going to take a look at our MVP board for the just
that you said already has won those back-to-back bi-weekly finals. They're looking to do so again, but here's ASE, a team that I really think could take it to them if they're able to correct some of the mistakes that they made at the end of that last game. Maybe a little bit too overconfident in their positioning, disrupted by the Viper ult, eliminated early, but before that point, we're by far and away the leaders on kills. But I said at the same time, Seb, you proved that didn't ultimately matter, as OUG walked away with a full 18 by the end of it all.
Yeah, and like you said as well, like it was ASE with the win off of OUG's mistakes in game number 1, and now OUG with the win off of ASE's mistakes in game number 2. We're going to be taking a look. This was the original fight that we saw, as opposed to that round with Yang. OUG's SS just putting in so much work in this early game. They were able to do a lot as well when it came to that early game compared to ASE getting those 9 eliminations, and there we go at the end. And these are our highlights brought to you by China Unicom, by the way, ladies and gentlemen. And Yuma gonna get himself parried out here, and there you have it. The cannon shots from the top are going to come away with the victory. Viper as our MVP here, ladies.
Game plan into the bi-weekly. So here we go. Some highlights, of course, brought to you by China Unicom. here we go to start things off. It's OUG early on in this one, trying to slug it out with a fist, going over to the Nunchucks. Baby U doing a good job of opening things up. Now turning that aggression on the remaining members of ASE.
Yeah, we saw ASE going down there early, but they were able to bring it back and pick up some eliminations closer into the mid game. They had this risky fight versus SS1 where they didn't have their revives, but they did come out on top. And they end up coming away with the win there. And TE was able to pick up a lot of nice eliminations here mid to the middle of the beginning of the end there, as Alliance was able to pick up a lot of eliminations too. TE picking up a couple of kills there, but 5-2-1 with all of their players remaining and a fully charged Kylan ult, knocking everybody out of the zone and taking everybody away from any sort of chance of victory. It was textbook, and it was phenomenal.
Oh yeah, and here we go. Final screen at the very end there, the Tianhai standing tall, but it's actually going to be the Kylan getting the MVP at the end of this one. 4-5-2-1. I don't know teams.
Taking a look, we are going to be seeing our highlights brought to you by China Unicom. Alliance able to get some kills off in the early game, but we did see them get third-partied pretty quickly after the fact. And you know, Alliance is just they're not having their good strong end games like they used to have, and we're not getting to see them perform incredibly crazy. We saw 5-2-1 try and make something happen early on, and it just kind of went downhill from there. BBE was close to making something happen as well, not really doing too much. JL, very, very strong early mid game and Yang performances, but when it came down to that end game, they were just not able to deliver. It was a little bit underwhelming when they came into that final circles and weren't able to perform. ZK from Wolves, look at this. Just, oh, he was on the V2 ultimate. I was mistaken, ladies and gentlemen, as we do see him throw an attack out. The Moonshard Storm mixed with the Aurora Burst, putting in so much damage. We saw them there, and then this was the downfall. TE able to come away with a beautiful elimination at the end onto Alliance's Yuma, as you know, they weren't able to bring too much in. They still got the second place placement, but they weren't able to do too much with it.
Yeah, here we go. Looking at one of these highlights, and check out that communication from the players once again as well. The shot calling that we're seeing is coming through.
Always nice to see the calmed highlights, brought to you by China Unicom. Very funny. Through to be seen. JL's highlights, they destroyed this lobby here. As look at this, the flying knives just being such a versatile weapon, being able to target your opponents out in the air is definitely something that these players have been looking for a long time. And with the flying knives being added into the game, they've been finally able to make the waves that they've been wanting to do for quite some time.
Absolutely the case. See up here, the fact that across multiple fights here, JL just are able to perfectly figure out who targets are, and from there knock them out with perfect efficiency. And that snapback immediately to what the condition of the purgatory condition that Spirit well was. That demonstrates why they were able to come out on top, and why just generally they've been so continuously consistent throughout the entirety of the season.
Yeah, the streams are showing you exactly how intense this gets in the MVPL arena. The one experience I have of it in real life, of walking in, not really knowing if I was supposed to be there or not, walking in on a scrim, and they're all screaming. You know, oh, I need to make sure I'm allowed to be here. I don't want to get yelled at. And realize that they're just calming to each other. And there you go. And getting that last kill as well was amazing to see, as we see the Siren run everybody else. We're going to get to take a look at the highlights and see how DRG and 521 almost became qualified for the bi-weeklies, brought to you by China Unicom.
Yep, once again, big start to things for GG, the double clap, double grab. I don't know, man. Maybe Tianhai is actually good.
When used in certain situations, definitely a very good hero. A fun hero. mind you, as well. This parry sequence as well, water saving you on there, beautiful. And the SS1 having a very strong, consistent day. Not winning very many games, but having a strong, consistent, good points day. And this is the run. We saw, this parry sequence too. Parry, parry, parry. Where's the next one? Where's the next parry? We see come through. Everybody had a parry in that fight sequence. And then 5-2-1. Beat out GG. And almost had it, but TE said, not today. Pampy, you're going down. The Yin, you're getting eliminated. And we're going to be the ones to come out on top. That Mystic Might doing so much work for them as well. And Pampy getting killed, Youth getting killed, and they went out in third. They would have gone out in second. They would have had just a little bit of a closer call. They didn't get those third-party eliminations. 3 more kills in a second place finish probably would have done it.
Absolutely.
No avail.
Yep, TE coming out at the end there. See him, a little bit of celebratory drink, as well as celebration for the MVP. Hey, this is what happens when you get 11 kills on the...
I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement. I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement.
Everything I do so instinctive and so passionate. Every word I move so descriptive like an adjective. I got a vendetta against people who patented being negative when you should be getting after it. I got facts over tracks, this and that. Spitting slow, spitting fast, I could roast, I could gas. Think I'm okay at last, but I don't know if that can erase all the past. And the pettiness, a reflection of the emptiness. Hilarious, you think you're worth my time, you're delirious. Mysterious, because you hide behind a fake exterior. Inferior, you know I'll always be a bit superior. Get off of me, this ain't no humble brag. I want you to hear words, you can say them back. I want you to feel free from the chains at last, and to believe in what you got, it was built to last, yeah.
Now that I've been put through hell, I never got anyone's help. I had to do it all myself. I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement. I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement.
Gonna learn the consequence of being incompetent. Mental health is confidence, dreams and some honestness. I'm not here to save the day, that's for you to take away. I could play a million mind games, but instead I say something not illogical, something that is topical. Rub it on and watch it go, make yourself unstoppable. Dreams are irresponsible, but they're always possible. If you just believe, you could be so remarkable.
Thoughts in my head, a collage and they spread. I'll be great one day, going off of my meds. No, I'm not giving up, no, I'm not giving in. I will make it to the top, taking off in the wind. I gotta make it, I'm saving every day to taste it. I'm patient, but my mind, it can hardly take it. I'm chasing a dream that I've had for several ages. A vacant, modern kingdom for the taking.
Now that I've been put through hell, I never got anyone